this is Jenna Cocozziello from Radio Nation. I would just like to thank you for taking the time to talk to me today.
Sure. How are you doing?
I am great. How are you doing?
Good. What part of the country am I calling?
Florida.
Oh, cool. Where in Florida?
Winter Park. It's in Orlando area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to live in South Beach for a little bit.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
What's going on?
So can you talk about your upcoming album and what inspired you to record it and put out a new album?
Wow, that's a three-part question. Right, I'm just trying to gather my dogs in the house. Come on. They'll go outside, start barking. So, yeah, entitled. What inspired me? I don't know. In 2006, I believe I played the Richie Ramone birthday bash, which is in New York every year. Mickey called me, and that got my juices flowing. And then I did, the symphony work where I did West Side Story. And I don't know, there's just something that starts calling you, wants to come out, So I started writing and did a record. I mean, it's not rocket science, it's just that, I felt I was ready and it had some good material I wanted everybody to hear.
Yeah, that's very true. Was the transition going back to writing new music for a solo career on a new label difficult, or did it just come naturally?
It's not difficult. For me, writing, takes a little more time, because in particular with lyrics, and, the lyrics always slow me up, but no, it wasn't that difficult. When you have a few things going through your head, it comes out easy. I'm the type of writer who, I write stuff like halfway, and if it doesn't have a purpose, I never finish a song. Like, you won't see in my computer an arsenal of 50 finished songs. I just like to finish it for when it's needed, because then lyrically it's up to date, and it's more about, what's current in my life, what I'm thinking at that moment when the music goes down. So I tend to hold off on the lyrics to the end.
So would there be any challenges that you had to overcome while making the album?
No challenges. Yeah.
Even though your new music is going to be the feature of the album, what made you decide to revisit and record some of the Ramones' classic songs like Somebody Put Something in My Drink?
Well, because, I wanted them to come out with my sound of this new record. Those are great songs, and I just wanted to redo them again with, my vision, you know what I'm saying? So it sounds more like what I'm doing. And I couldn't see passing them by, and the kids love those songs, and, they never heard me singing on the record, so I thought it was fun.
Exactly. Was there a big readjustment to writing new music and then going back to drumming?
No. I don't think there's any kind of adjustments. When you learn to ride a bike, you can always ride a bike if you never rode it ever again,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess the same thing with swimming. So I think this is just something like that. Technology got, better where, I have a whole Pro Tools rig in my studio, so it almost becomes easier because I can lay so many tracks all by myself and just tighten it up right in, one spot. Don't have to go to the studio or nothing, do all the demos right here, So I think that part got easy. And I have the kit all set up in there, so, no, I don't think there were challenges. The challenges were, you getting a record deal takes some time, and mixing takes a long time to get it right. So that's probably the only thing.
How did you come up with the name Entitled?
Just, how did I come up with it? Well, it was the name of one of these tracks, and I don't know, Entitled, it's so funny now that that's the name of the record. I hear someone say it every day or see it on TV or something. I just felt, everybody was entitled, I think we're all entitled to whatever we do in life, and, don't get pushed around, and, everybody's special. It's kind of like what I'm saying,
Yeah.
So.
How would you compare the music you're writing now with the music you wrote with the Ramones?
It still has that aggressive, I'm into a harder, aggressive style, in your face kind of writing, and the Ramones did a lot of that too, high energy. So that's kind of my thing. The only thing I added Tommy Bolin, who's my shredder, lead guitar, and I kind of like throwing in a little bit of that metal tinge for that, to give it a little more in your face, So my style's more punk with the metal flair on top, which I really like.
That is really great. You also have an upcoming tour. Are there any cities that you're looking forward to performing in?
Well, I'm really looking forward to going back to South America in a couple months, because now the record's out. We did some tours down there and Europe, but the record wasn't out yet. When you're playing those songs live, if they never heard them before, it's it's more work to get them motivated. So now that it's coming out, now everybody's gonna have it. They'll learn the words, they'll sing the words with you at the show, so that makes it a lot more fun. But and I'm also looking forward to the U.S. I haven't been on tour in the U.S. in ages, and so if we can get that all straightened out, I'd like to do 30 dates in 40 days across the U.S. So I think it'll all be coming probably early next year, January. Because I want people to sit with the record a month or two, get excited about it. So that's what's happening there.
That is really cool. What's it like to be part of a band that received a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award?
Well, just being in this band is special, You become one of the brothers. You become identifiable. You have a surname. It's different than being in a band playing for Pat Benatar or somebody where, you're the drummer behind there. So, how this happened and, to become a part of this band is like super, super special, So, got lucky and was in the right place at the right time and got the audition. So, it's really cool.
What are your thoughts on the punk music scene today?
I'm glad it's still going and everything. I'm glad that there's a lot of bands from back in the day still playing. I think that's fun. The punk scene is different than the punk scene was from 75 to 85 because it was more of a lifestyle then. I think, it's more business orientated now. It's just, it's what you did and what you ate. That's what punk was all about, how you, hung out on the streets then. I think it's a little changed now. It's a little more corporate and people are more cautious, of what they say and everything. But the music's all good, and so I'm glad to see, people are still performing this rock and roll.
Yep, that's so true. Is there any advice you'd give to artists just starting out in the music industry? Like, sort of how, what you said, how the corporate is sort of becoming like what punk is. Would you try to get them back to more punk roots?
Well, you can't, I don't know, as a songwriter or a band, you can't really say, I don't know, I've never done that, or this is what I want to do, I want to be like this band, or I want to do this. It's just, I think it's such a natural thing. You're going to be the band who you are. Whatever you write, just write from within. Don't try to, listen to stuff and say, I want to write a song like that. It just doesn't make sense to me, If you're a songwriter, you're a poet, and you're telling a story, you just tell the story, and, you have to know as a new band what's good and what's bad, You know the difference between what a good song is or what sounds cool and what sounds bad. You got half the battle licked, So you just got to keep plugging at it. Just I just did a master class. I spoke to a bunch of high school kids last week, and at the last count, there's something like 5 million bands around now, which is an enormous amount of bands to rise to the top. But the bands today have all this media, and they can post videos and music online. So if you're good, extra good, you'll jump out there. So just keep at it. If you love it, keep at it.
What is the most memorable event in your career so far?
After talking to you today, it's going to be tomorrow. This is lived my biggest moment yet. You have to call me back tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I'm going to have a big champagne party.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's like a big, it's like a big deal. It's not like I'm running around every day. Oh, yeah, but, from the time you start to do the record and finally when it's released, it's like a year and a half. It takes a long time, and it's just amazing that this day is going to be here tomorrow. And everyone's been so supportive on Facebook, and, people who are hearing it are really digging it, so I'm kind of excited.
It is really exciting. Is there any particular reason why you're just starting it now and you didn't try starting it earlier?
I don't know. Maybe I wasn't ready. Maybe, I left. I wasn't really paying attention for a while. After the Ramones, I played around some other bands, and then, I just stopped for a while. I just wasn't feeling it. And now it's crazy what's happened. I think you got to get some kind of level of maturity really to believe that you can do this. Maybe I believed 15 years ago I didn't believe I could do this. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and all the
Maybe
support.
I wasn't, whatever, but I believe now, You have to learn to believe in your voice when you're the singer, There's a lot going down. So that's probably one of the hardest things. Actors pretty much don't like to watch themselves in the movie. But I think that's what singing, You got to get used to your own voice, and, So I am now. I have to talk in, many different mixes and everything, and, I enjoy it now. So I'm ready. I guess I was just ready, That's the bottom line. I was ready, and it just happened at this time. Like I said, I don't plan way out, It's just, I just go about life, and what falls, happens, So I don't really have an answer why I waited that long. But what do you think?
I love it. I've heard some songs, and I absolutely and
good.
I absolutely love it. I think it's perfect.
Oh, great. No, it's cool. It's definitely what I'm excited about. The sound came out like I wanted. It definitely has its own kind of little niche sound. You can go, oh, it sounds like this or this, but not really 100%. And then the way I sing just adds another element too. So it's kind of, has its own sound.
It is. It's unique, and it makes it very memorable.
Oh, great. I'm glad you like it. Thanks.
Is there anything that you'd like to add?
No, just, it was great chatting with you. I'm really excited to go on our tour.
Mm-hmm.
Those dates will be on my website soon, I hope, I just want to do it right, I want to make sure everything's right and, have a great tour and see everybody. So, thanks for all the support.
Yep. And I know the world is very, very excited that you're going to be back out on tour.
Who is?
The world.
Oh, yeah, I hope so. I think so. It's exciting, and it's fresh, and I've been, kind of quiet. I haven't been overexposed, so I think it's going to be real exciting, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure it will
definitely. Thanks so much for the call.
Yes, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.